Hi, it's Grandpa Ricky. Well, I was talking to two pals yesterday, and I gotta tell you, I love people. And I love it when people get real and are talking about real things and how they're suffering. I talked to this woman, and she told me a story about how it had been for her during a really rough time, and how this guy was cruel to her, and and then I talked with him later, and he told me how she had been cruel to him, and they both talked about how scared they had been with each other. And it reminded me of when I was a principal and I listened to kids talk about a fight they were having or trouble they were having. And the stories would be completely different. It was like here would be one side of the story and here would be the other side of the story. And, when one person told it, they didn't do anything to create the argument or fight or unhappiness. And it would boil down, there was no sense trying to win, to say, well, your story is correct and your story is incorrect. And so it was more a question of, well, what do you want? What would you like this other person to be? How would you like them to be with you? How would you like them to treat you? And they would make an agreement, and then after a while, the agreement would last a little bit of time, but gradually they would build up because they're different parts we're learning how to control themselves, and how we can use some parts of ourselves to control the parts of ourselves that are so frightened and so reactive that they immediately, have go to arguments and fights and things like that. And the other thing that I noticed is that a lot of the time, and this was true of my friends yesterday, that both of them had tough things happen to them and had lots of emotions about things. And those emotions from the past would come up in the present. And then I was reading a wonderful book called *Sapiens*, and the author was talking about how emotions are pretty well caused by chemicals in our nervous system and by our nervous system, and that different situations and different emotions cause different chemicals. And I realized that I happily got to a point where I was more often able to stay with loving people and being curious and seeing myself as who I am, and seeing that they are them, and they're different. They're really different. They're not the same as me. They don't see the same thing. They don't feel the same thing. And my job is to be curious and try to find out how they're feeling and how they're thinking. There's so many times in the world I see people really misunderstanding one another, or getting into a situation and then being very sure that this person doing this means this. And then people's feelings get hurt, and then they get angry or sad, or they give up. They don't think they can communicate. They're embarrassed. And I don't know if this video is going to be of help to you. I certainly hope it is. This is the kind of stuff that my teachers taught me, and that I was a pretty slow learner. But, maybe I've given you some ideas that you can use. Just remember, somebody said there's two ends to every stick. There's always two stories, at least two stories about any situation you're in with anybody else. There's usually two stories, even between my own parts. I've got parts of me that will see something and think, oh, it's this way. And other parts say, no, it's this way. And my job is to kind of say, well, what's the easiest, kindest, most loving way to do this? So I hope this video has helped, and I hope you make your videos that help you. And I don't pretend to have any ideas about what will help you. I'm just saying, this is what helped me. These things are my best attempt at being the kind of person that I'd like to be. I'd like to be kind and compassionate and strong and honest. And I like to get along with people, and, sometimes it's not possible, but to really practice what most of the world's religions believe in, that we should treat each other kindly and compassionately, and should try to understand the people who don't like us or who hurt us. And we should also be really clear about, well, I like this, I don't like this. I don't like being hurt. Sometimes people will do things and we remember being hurt before, and we think we're going to be hurt again, and then all of a sudden we're thinking that, oh, they're hurting us on purpose. It's got nothing to do with them. It's just, it's all our stuff. So I'm going to put this up. I'm kind of feeling unsure about whether this morning's videos are of any use to you. I hope they are. And I'm really thankful to all the people that come into my life. Everybody's got something to teach me. You don't like it, I don't like it. Some people are very kind to me, and some people are very cruel to me. And I tend to say, well, if people are cruel to me, I don't think I want to hang out with them. In the past, somebody would hurt me and I'd just come back for more, or I'd try to hurt them, or I'd try to get it so they weren't going to hurt me, when really what I had to do was just say, no, I'm going to stay away from them for a while and let things simmer down, because it's all parts of me, you see. And so today these parts are up, but maybe tomorrow other parts are up, and then eventually I'll be able to choose which part is going to be, here, present. God, I hope this helps, because really makes me sad when I see people angry with one another and looking at what's different and how they might hurt one another, instead of saying, no, let's find how we can help one another. What do we agree on? We know what we don't agree on. What can we agree on? What can we enjoy together? So please make your videos, or get it out there on what's easy. How do you make your life easier? Okay? Thank you. Thank you for listening. We're all helping one another be more aware and be more present. And I think we're all trying really to help each other have easier lives. And some people are still caught in, they want to take, it's like little kids in a playground, want to take energy from other people, instead of saying, how can we share what energy there is? Okay, thanks. Bye.